Jordan Peele could write a Dave Chappelle skit,
Oh,
but Dave Chappelle could not write Nope or Us,
ooh.
mostly because his white writers would probably try to put a crack joke in it.
Ooh. Tim coming in spicy. When it comes to Chappelle and Key and Peele, I'm a little mad because in one of his specials he said like he was mad about watching them do his show. I'm like, you can't be mad about that, nigga. You left, and they weren't
He
even the
should have been
first.
more upset about Carlos Mencia.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I was gonna
how
say. He
different?
wasn't the first one. Like Key and Peele weren't the first ones to do that show after
Mm-mm.
him. They were
How
like the
different can
fourth.
these type of shows be though?
Look, it exactly. Like I think he just it was just big old hater energy. So
I
it's
think he
not a
was
good
like
look.
those. He didn't know who. Nobody knew who Carlos Mencia was, and him coming out of the gate trying to do a Sean Paul skit to be like the Little John skit was a bit much for me. But
Yeah,
I would have been upset too if
Did you see
the
something?
guys from Mad TV showed up and everybody was laughing. I'd have been mad too. Mad TV has a real super dollar kind of SNL feel. I feel like the percentage wise, you would watch Mad TV, you laugh at like 3 out of 10 skits,
Yeah,
and
that
then
sounds
like
about right.
SNL, even when it was bad, was like, all right, 5 of 10 skits is pretty funny.
True.
Just about everybody that left Mad TV did something better later. So it
I,
was a
I,
good breeding
I,
ground.
I always thought those type of skit shows was like the jump offs, how you got your career going,
Hmm.
I mean, usually it
because
was.
it either made or broke your career.
Well,
Now
yeah.
we got podcasts.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
every nigga got a podcast.
You see women. No, I'm sorry, I won't do it. I won't do that. I get in trouble.
We just got here,
This
Tim.
somehow
Not like
somehow
this.
this clip with our faces would be on TikTok, and we don't know how.
Not today. Delete. Look, thank you for joining us today. If this is your first time with us, we are the secret group of brown kids. Who are the secret group of brown kids? Well, it's a secret. But sometimes we hunt for UFOs in the desert with award winning cinematographers.
We've all been there.
And on this podcast, make my friends watch movies with me, and then we talk about it for science. And on the panel today, we got Kareem and his TV, and we
It's listening.
and we got Tim.
I was gonna say, hey, still Tim. Right now, I am hyper focusing on box trucks and Korean boy bands.
No further explanation needed.
Mm-mm.
All right. And today we are doing Jordan
Can we have
Peele's
a little
2002
explanation?
mystery horror. Nope. What's happening? You okay?
Continue.
We just see his eyebrows anyway. He's just mumbling an eyebrows. And you're going up and down. Look, if you're listening to this, in your car or whatever, obviously you can't see Kareem's eyebrows wiggling up and down as he mumbles, but just trust us. Uh, yeah, so Nope, Jordan Peele's third feature film, 2002, came out last July. And why are we doing this movie? Actually, the first person I saw subscribe to the podcast, I told him, you know what? Thank you for doing that. We'll do an episode of your choosing. And he chose Nope. So that was his favorite movie last year. And he wanted to hear us
Nice.
talk about it. So shout out Daryl.
Thanks, Daryl.
And Nope, starring Daniel Kaluuya, Kiki Palmer, Brendan I don't know if I'm saying this right. Perea, Stephen Yoon, Michael Wincott, and Keith David. Not David Keith, because he's also an actor, but Keith David,
Oh,
the one that we fuck with.
That's confusing.
the
Right?
man with the voice.
I think they've been in a movie together too, which is wild.
Oh, that.
Oh, that would be real confusing.
I don't usually mention the cinematographer unless it's somebody that I really like, but Hoyt Van Hoytema. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but he did he was director of photography for Interstellar, Tenet, Dunkirk, Ad Astra, Spectre, some heavy hitters, and some of my favorite movies.
I feel like I've only seen Spectre out of those, but
Oh snap! Well, I didn't want to start off on Interstellar. I have no idea when we'll do it, but that is my favorite movie ever.
Oh, I've seen part of Tenet because it was too
Interstellar.
late. It was, and I shouldn't have started it.
Yeah,
My brain was not
that's
processing
not
anything.
that is not a movie you go in with 15% brain function.
No,
But yeah,
I might have had I might have had 30%, but a part of me was still just kind of like,
yeah,
oh my god,
I'm not ready for.
Mm-mm.
So it's not time travel. It's the flow of time is reversed. You know what? I'm just gonna go to bed.
You're like, get somebody else to do it.
Yeah, so box office on this one, domestic 123 million and 47 million overseas. Which is, definitely a success because the budget was only 68 million. And if you don't know, what's Nope about? After their father dies from being struck when random objects fell from the sky, siblings OJ and Emerald Haywood try to save their family business and ranch by getting evidence of a UFO.
I never looked up what the movie was about because I saw just enough of the trailer to be like, nope, I quite literally want to know nothing about this.
Look,
I have to go in this completely blank.
I did
loved
too.
it.
No, I know I saw the trailer, but I think I saw it. I had to watch the first trailer just because, like, obviously you didn't know anything about it other than it was called Nope, and I think we got the poster first, and it was like, yo, is it? It was just a cloud, and then the flags hanging out of the cloud, and then that was it.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I think I
I
watched
only
the
watched
first.
that. I only watched that sneak peek trailer where they did like Nope, and then that was it.
Mm.
And I was like, oh, okay, all right, gotta watch it. Jordan Peele.
I think actually I don't even know if I saw. Actually, I think I tried to avoid the trailer and I saw it in the movie theater. But I remember like specifically when the second trailer came out and I was in the movies for a preview, like I remember closing my eyes and like rubbing my ears because I was like, I don't want to know nothing else. I don't want to know nothing else. Because this was one of those ones where the second trailer, everybody was like, all right, that might have been a little too much. But also, you don't know until you see the movie because you still don't know. But I wasn't trying to fuck around.
Yeah, I think I did hear that the second trailer told too much of what the movie was about.
Or at least like we thought it did, right? Or they thought it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't matter now because everyone done seen it. But yeah, I just remember it was one of the first ones that I was freakishly avoiding any information about. It's like I need to go in blind.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway, 83% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes, 69% audience. You want to fight about that, Kareem? Does that make sense to you? I'm not even being funny, but like, I'm trying to see.
Well, according to your explanation last week,
Mhm.
I understand it more, but
But
still don't trust it.
okay, but now that you know, like when the critic score is higher than the audience score, what type of movie you're dealing with versus the opposite.
Actually, no, that part still mixes
Well,
me
that
up.
part kind of changes, so let's not put too much stock into that. Keep that in the back of your mind. But before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to that one person in Quebec, or I don't. It might be more than one person, but that one person in Quebec. Look at the analytics for the podcast all the time, and I noticed that someone from Quebec watched our first two or listened to our first two episodes, and they came back for the other two. So
That's dope.
we seem to have someone that's sticking with us, and thank you. I see you, baby.
We appreciate it.
All right. From this point, spoiler warning. We're gonna be spoiled. We're gonna go through. We're gonna give our initial thoughts, and then we'll go through the movie. But our
If you
initial
haven't
thoughts
seen
won't
the
have.
movie by now, you need to get out. Sorry, I apologize.
Well, thank you for joining us today. So how y'all feel about it? Real quick. Don't get too into it.
I liked it.
You like? Oh God, here we go, Kareem.
What? I liked it.
It's impossible to impress you, man.
What? I liked it means I liked it. I'm very simple. It's like either I like it or I don't.
All right.
I enjoyed the movie. I was surprised by a lot of
You
it.
said don't get into it. I'm trying not to get it.
This was a setup. I'm doing what you asked.
Right. Because you know I'll rant. You know I will.
All right, I'm
And then
sorry.
I'm going to no, wait.
Jafron, like, don't just give me a short one. I liked it. What's this motherfucker trying to hide?
Look, Karreem has been making Tiffron as a bully jokes for 8 years. So even when I don't try, I'm inadvertently bullying him. So here we go.
He's so mean to me.
But I'm sorry. Karreem liked it. Tim?
Yes, I enjoyed the movie. I was very surprised by a lot of it. It caught me off guard in ways that I kind of wouldn't have expected.
Okay, when you saw this the first time, had you already seen Peele's first 2 movies?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I saw both of those in the theater.
Okay.
Did you like the other ones?
I liked Us, but I felt like there was it wasn't as strong to me, but I feel like it's the kind of I probably need to watch it again. The change in genre kind of shook me at first. I expected a lot different things that happened. That might have skewed me. Also, I don't remember if there was a Jordan Peele animal noise in it. In the first movie, he made a deer sound. He's the deer when the deer is dying.
I didn't know that.
And then in the very beginning of this movie, when the fly sounds are going off, I know that's him. He just be making.
I did not know. Oh, that's so cool.
That's funny.
Someone asked him that in some trivia thing. They were interviewing him. He's like, "Yeah, that's me."
Oh, that's cool. I like it.
Quentin
Just look up
Tarantino
the
has
deer
the
scene.
feet shot and Peele has the noise.
No,
like, I'm gonna
the
be an
toes.
animal. No, but good movie. Yes.
All right. I guess I mean obviously I loved it. I don't know why I said obviously. Y'all don't know me, but I loved it. One day we're gonna do a movie that I didn't love, even though like I guess the theme kind of makes it seem like I'm just showing y'all movies I love, but eventually that'll get kind of boring. I'm spice it up. I'm gonna pick movies. I mean, well, when I'm the one picking the movie, because I'll also watch whatever. Eventually, I'm trying to see if I can get reactions out of y'all. So we'll get there. I got to start. Look. There's a method to my madness. I'm easing you in. All right.
What kind of reactions?
Look, whatever. Just keep it fresh.
He's building a base.
Look, if I started off with some wild shit, y'all wouldn't come back. So I got to start off with like, oh yeah, this movie's fun. This movie's fun. Yeah, I'll come back next week.
That's true.
That part of
that's
the week,
true.
We'll just watch fun movies, and then
true.
1 week is just gonna be like, yo, what the fuck was that? I don't even want to talk about.
Like, all right, we're 8 shows in, and now we're doing Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Wait, what? Hold on, I didn't sign up for that.
Look, I'm keeping it fresh. It's like, yo, we're gonna do 1 week we're gonna do Avengers, and next week, French New Wave.
Not French New Wave. Wait a minute.
Nah, maybe not that wild, but anyway, it's a journey, and thank you all for tagging along. It's for science.
A little bit.
Let's get into it. So the movie starts out with the audio only of an old TV show, and we hear a pop and some distorted commotion, and then we see a bump with a Bible verse that says, "I will cast abominable filth at you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle." And it's Nahum 3:6. Then we get a visual for the first time of a shoe standing up in the middle of the TV show set, and we can see the lower half of a person on the ground, and then the bloody chimpanzee moves over and like pokes the feet, and you don't get a response. So
Still don't know what that shoe is about.
oh, I'll get to it.
Hmm.
I got you on that one. Yeah, so that opening shot, it was just like for me, I was like, "Ooh, it's about to be crazy." Okay, and I'll 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 put this out there like right away. Not so much Get Out, kind of a little bit. I mean, it was obvious what the subtext of Get Out was, but Us had layers on layers. So coming off of Us, I'm sure everybody was kind of primed to be like, "Yo, what's this mean? What's that mean?" I know I was, but I'm tell you right now, this isn't as deep as Us, but it did take me a minute to accept that. Anyway, I
Yeah.
still loved it. So moving on, yeah. So then it cuts to Horse Ranch where Keith David and his son Daniel Kaluuya are training horses, and Keith David tells them if they do good on this job, then they could land a sequel and things. And I'm assuming financially will get better, you know. And he asks the son, "Where's his sister?" But then we start hearing sounds and of things falling. We start seeing like different things hit the ground. And then Daniel Kaluuya turns around and he sees his dad on the horse go limp and then just fall off the horse. And Daniel puts him in the truck and he's having him like recite the names of all their horses to try and keep him awake, you know. But like blood is starting to like squirt out of his head onto the window. It's not looking good. And then of course the next shot is them in the hospital. The dad, David Keith, is dead, and like they hold on that shot for a minute. Like his dead body, his dead
Yeah,
face with the hole in the eye.
Yeah.
Mm.
because they wanted you to get to the eye and then
Yeah.
focus on it.
And then we see the X-ray with the like something's in his head, and then we see that it was a coin. And that's what like I guess he looked up and the coin landed right on his foot. Yeah, disgusting.
Money. Money killed him.
So next scene, we're on a production set where Daniel is with the horse, and we learn that his name is OJ for Otis Jr. Much to that white lady's chagrin.
Yeah, that was a little much. Like, ma'am.
She was like, "Oh, your name's OJ," and the business is Haywood Hollywood Horses, and he really doesn't like dealing with all these production people who are, and they're all kind of dicks anyway. So that doesn't help that he's not a very personable person.
They are in their own world. They are
Oh yeah,
not giving
they're
him
not listening to
the
him
respect
at
at
all. Like,
all.
It's Hollywood. He's the
yeah,
hired help.
and we also learned that it's been 6 months since the dad died. Uh, and I think the director or somebody was like, "Yeah, a bunch of random shit fell out of a plane or something." uh, and then his
Not
sister,
as respectful as it could be.
mm-mm.
Ridiculous.
His sister Kiki Palmer shows up late, just as OJ is about to give the safety presentation, and she takes over. Like you can tell she's a little bit of a mess, but like she's super charismatic, the opposite of OJ, and she delivers this captivating presentation. So she slides in after she gives the safety, the actual important stuff. At the end, she kind of tacks on, and I direct, produce, act, I sing a little on the side, motorcycles, baby. Look at me, and I make a mean grilled cheese. If you're looking for something crispy, holler at me. And then she just runs off somewhere. And OJ, so they're trying to get the scene going. And OJ tells the production he thinks like the horse needs a break, but they keep pushing forward. And
The
he holds up
the dude had
the
the
mirror.
bulb thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he holds the mirror
The ball
ball
shaped mirror.
up to the horse's eye for some reason, and like the horse being an animal, he doesn't know what the hell that is. He just sees another horse looking at him, so he freaks out and bucks or kicks.
Mm.
And he didn't actually get any person. He hit like the makeup tray, but it still scared the
Yeah.
hell out of everybody, and they fired him. Yeah, and then like you even get a scene where he's apologizing to I guess the guy who got them the gig, and you see in the
Mhm.
background them dragging in a green horse statue, like because they're gonna use a 3D horse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A green
what
screen horse.
which is
Like,
significant as the movie goes on. But yeah, so they got fired, and as they drive back, we learn Emerald lives somewhere else. It's just OJ at the farm or ranch, but she wanted to head back and hang out with her brother, and she seems completely unfazed that they just got fired. But OJ is kind of mopey, and she's like, "Look, where's the fun, OJ? Not this whack ass OJ, but they just got fucking fired." And you know, and we already established that they're in some financial trouble, right? But
Yeah.
anyway, that's Emerald. And they stopped by this I don't know exactly what to call it, so if you got a better word, help me out here. But this
Okay.
roadside attraction amusement carnival kind of ranch thing called Jupiter's Claim, run
Yeah,
by
like a
Steven.
little tourist trap. Tourist trap.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
tourist trap out in the middle of nowhere.
one of those places like World's Biggest Penny or something.
Yeah, yeah, and it's run by Stephen Yoon. OJ tells Emerald he's been selling the horses to try and make up some money, but he plans on getting them all back somehow. So they go into Steve's office, or what's his name in the movie? It's
Jupe.
Jupe. Stephen Ewan's character Jupe goes back into his office, and Emerald notices all this memorabilia on the wall while OJ's in there trying to talk business, right?
Mhm.
But at some point, he kind of segues the conversation. Like he brought a horse to sell, but then he also brought up that he wants to somehow buy the horses back. And at the same time, Emerald starts noticing all the stuff on the wall, and she keeps cutting in because she's Emerald. And Jupe is kind of sees the opportunity to get out of this conversation with OJ and also get to talk about himself.
His favorite subject.
Because he has all of this childhood memorabilia on the wall from not childhood memorabilia, but like when he was a child actor
Yeah.
specifically, and he starts explaining that to Emerald, and she's like, "Oh, I used to watch that show," and then because he was Lil Jupe on the show Kid Sheriff, but then there was another show he was on called Gordy with the monkey and the chimpanzee. He's an
Yeah.
ape. So like Emerald's getting all into it, and he's like, "You know what? I got a back room with more Gordy stuff," and he takes them back there, and that's when you see the shoe standing up in the case, and then some other Gordy stuff, and he tells them real quick. We find out like he was a child actor on the show from the beginning of the movie, and the apes snapped. Something happened. The ape snapped and
Oh yeah.
wreaked havoc on the set.
It was like
Oh,
that
you.
the birthday scene, and the birthday balloon popped,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
and it
set him
scared
off.
the chimp, and he went nuts.
And then
See, and I have an issue with that because it scared him and he killed everything and ate people. I like that. Usually
Why do you
it
have
would
an
be a
issue?
scare and run. Not an issue, but just took me in a different mental thought the first time I saw the movie.
It's a
Um,
chimpanzee.
And
well, not now.
Dude,
anecdotal information: adult chimps, they just a switch just flips in them. They
Also, they're
they just
bipolar.
they get violent once they're
They're
adults.
bipolar. Okay,
Earlier in
bipolar.
life, it's cool. They're just chill. They're having a good time. But as soon as they hit adulthood, that like who's in charge kind of thing starts to take hold.
Gotcha.
They're
Okay.
not super easy to keep. That's why you don't normally see people using those anymore. Not just like how as I said in the movie, you probably remember that lady got her face torn off by
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Like
The biggest thing that got me in that scene
We didn't see it just
was
yet. The face torn off. We saw him because
oh
we
no, but
see
like
it.
that is actually based on a real thing.
Oh
That
yeah,
happened.
yeah. It really happened.
Oh god, that
Yeah.
lady's not in great shape.
It wasn't
no, she finally died.
it wasn't a
The real
TV
lady.
show, but it happened in like she had a pet chimp, right? And then
Yeah,
it ripped her
Yeah.
face off.
It was real
Yeah.
life, yeah.
Yeah.
Same
She was
basic
on
thing. It just got
Oprah.
freaked and. Whew.
Man, look.
But the biggest thing that got me in that scene was the sounds. Because when
Yeah.
he was
Oh,
chewing
God.
on the lady,
Because
I said,
you don't
oh.
see it. You just see her legs, but the top half is behind the couch, and you see him doing stuff and just hear it. So like there's like three levels. There's like the real short clip we get in the beginning, and then when he's telling them about the show, we get a little more extended clip, and then later on we get the full thing. And even then, like certain things are still like
Yeah.
we don't actually see it happen. But yeah,
This might be the black person in me, but the whole time I watch it, I'm like, Why is nobody fighting back? Punch and kick it. Punch at it. Y'all over here running 2 steps and then falling at its level so it can get to you.
They
Ain't
obviously
nobody
didn't
throwing
have a.
hands, just
They didn't have a
flailing.
trainer on
They might
set. It
they might
seemed
be in
like.
shock.
That was my other question. Where was the
Where
guy with the gun?
He got there eventually. He was taking the
Event-
piss.
it was Keith
He was-
David. He was like, I only work with horses. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, we in the full flashback. Eventually, we get the guy with the gun shows up, but we don't even know if that's the trainer or if that was like security.
right,
Like,
right.
he was just the closest nigga with a gun.
I feel like it was security.
I mean, but it don't matter. Yeah, I ain't
they're
fucking
back
with
in
nothing
the.
bigger than the house cat.
They're all back in the room, and Jupe is finishing up the story
Yeah,
about trying to get. I appreciate that OJ wanted to get the horses back,
yeah.
but it's already clear that like Jupe doesn't seem to
Oh,
want
yeah.
to do that
We
or
don't
can't.
know why yet as a viewer, but that's why he was trying to duck out of that conversation.
Yeah,
because as soon as like OJ, and he's like stuttering, like trying to get it out because he don't talk to people. He just deals with horses his whole life, and like you see Jupe kind of pull away, like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, I was on that TV show. But yeah, so and OJ, like, he chimes in, like, yeah, that's why you can't use real chimpanzees on the set anymore,
Absolutely not.
because of that incident. I mean, in their world, but that's in real life too. Hence why they also
is
had
it?
yeah, that's why they also had a CG chimp. I mean,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be wild if like they had a real chimp?
So we need this chimp to freak out.
You just
Somebody
see the
pop a
trainer
balloon.
clapping at it. Just like it's hey.
Or something.
Like, how much can you make him flip out? Because what if we need it to be like a lot?
So we can put this fake blood on him, right?
Fake.
Chimp sitting there eating the fake blood.
Yeah, fake, sure.
Look, he's gonna pretend to eat your face. This later.
He's gonna get close. He's gonna get close to
I let
your
him
face,
practice
not
on me.
touch it.
It tickles.
It's okay. We put rubber knobs on his teeth. They won't hurt. It won't hurt.
But yeah, so don't have chimps, right? So next scene, that evening back at the house, like OJ and Emerald are hanging out together drinking, and Emerald tells OJ a story about how she didn't get to train the horse their dad promised her, Jean Jacket.
That was a little sad.
Yeah, like he said, "This is the horse you're gonna, I'm gonna let you train." And then when it was time for it to happen, he was like, he did it himself. What did she say? Like they were trying to get it ready for the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
And they ended up just using camels anyway.
Yeah, they didn't even use horses, so they took her horse and didn't get anything.
Yeah, and it
out
didn't
of it.
even and like, but clearly like that stuck with her, right? Then Emerald notices one of the horses' ghost outside where he shouldn't be, right? So OJ goes out to get him. The horse runs off. OJ heads down to get him back, and he can hear Jupe's ranch like off in the distance. Like they're not, they're out in the middle of nowhere. So like they're neighbors, but like it's still a hot minute.
This is a good distance.
Yeah, but
driving only.
Since it's also out in the middle of nowhere, like they can still hear it because sound travels like that. There isn't really. They don't got trees and shit. Where are they? They're in like California, right? Like, I mean, yeah, they got to be in California because they drive to Hollywood sets, but they're like definitely not in the city, obviously.
Yeah.
So he hears the sounds, but then he also hears shrieking, and he's trying to figure out like, oh, you know what they got going on down there that you hear these screaming too. And then we see Emerald back at the house, and like the power blinks, and then it goes back. The camera goes back to OJ, and he sees something flying in the sky, and like goes behind the clouds. Like that's the first time like we get a glimpse of the UFO, right? At this point, the UFO. And then the next day, or not the next day, he back at the house. he asked the Emerald, what's a bad miracle? You got a word for that? She's like, nope. I'm sorry. Like one day I'm going to go back and like count how many times they say nope in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always in like little funny ways. But at the house, OJ tells Emerald he heard the horse make a noise he never heard a horse make before, and then he saw something big in the sky, and it was like too quiet to be a plane. And Emerald immediately believes him. And I gotta stop there because I think my favorite part of the movie, or I don't know if my favorite part, but like a part that I really love is the relationship between the brother and the sister. Like he didn't have to convince her. He didn't have
Yeah.
to like because
Oh, it showed how close they were.
Mm-hmm.
not even because they you can tell that they kind of
They
drifted apart.
barely used words,
Mm-hmm.
full sentences during that part because
Yeah,
he was just kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And she was like, you don't
Ye-
think. Like they really
She,
just
like,
they had me
immediately she
confused
knew
where I was
what
like,
he
what did
was
he
talking
see
about.
though? They were on it immediately.
Yeah, and like
That was very cool.
not just did she know what he was talking about, but because he is who he is, for him to be the one to point that out, she
Yeah.
immediately knew, like, oh shit. Like, one, he's not lying, like, because he's not the type that would just make some shit up, right? And she was already on board. Yeah, so that part, like, that was the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, this is cute. Like, she didn't even, no hesitation. Wait, you saying what I think you're saying? All right, we in it. So next morning, they head out to an electronics store to get surveillance equipment. And while they're there, Emerald like talks about UFO conspiracies and how they need to get the Oprah shot of the UFO, and like that's their meal ticket, right?
Mhm.
Like that'll solve all their problems if they get the right shot and they could sell that. And when they're at the checkout with the clerk named Angel, he's kind of a dick, but he convinces them to like let him come set the cameras up, right? So back at the
Yeah.
ranch, Angel is even more weird. I'm underselling Angel actually because that his whole introduction is kind of goofy.
Yeah.
He needed a friend.
He really did. And as soon as he look, but like this is a thing. This is something that came and goes by really fast because like the movie, it bugs me because a lot of people said it was too slow for him, but at the same time, like it was fast to me. But
They had to do a lot of setup really fast and
yeah,
not have you get completely disinterested. And I thought they
yeah,
did a good job with
I
that.
thought they did
You
too.
talking about
But
you talking about with the cameras?
no,
Well,
no,
just
I'm
like
talking
the
about in the
movie in
movie
general.
because we don't
Like,
Oh,
actually
okay.
like get to the UFO until 45 minutes in. But
mhm.
Really?
yeah, see
Yeah, it was
that.
a while.
So, but like for us, clearly we didn't feel that, but some
Hmm.
people did.
No,
Like,
it didn't. Almost,
yeah,
I felt like almost right away.
yeah, because even right now, like we haven't been talking that long. We already mentioning the flying thing. Anyway,
So people wanted opening credits UFO.
look, I don't know what they wanted.
It's,
Sometimes I really don't understand shit. Uh, but I just know I loved it. So fuck them. They missed out.
Hmm.
Uh, so when Angel pulls up, this is one of my favorite like little parts. He he opens the back of the truck and he just screams.
They're like, "What are you doing? Like,
What
it's
the
so
fuck are you
quiet out here,
doing?
so far from everything." It was like, "Yeah, but don't
Yeah,
be doing that."
don't just be screaming like shit.
Yeah,
Because
you go scare the horses.
like
look,
scared the
Angel was
horses.
going through. He was going through stuff. He needed a
Yeah,
friend.
he immediately tells him like, oh, he broke up with his girlfriend of 4 years. She landed a role on a CW show and then dumped him. And it's like, all right, sorry to hear, but like, nigga, chill.
I
He
laughed so hard at that part when he said she got on a CW show because I know like how many CW shows are filmed here, and I was like, oh, that she just walking around downtown Wilmington with some other dude already, some dude from UNCW, just like, hey, I'm low on cash, so if you could get the drinks, like, I'm in a show.
Oh man. Oh yeah, I love this little bit. And then like Angel pulls off the bandage, and you can tell that he kind of figured out what was.
Mm-hmm.
He had a hunch what was going on already back at the store, and then he just starts talking about the UFOs to OJ. Oh, I forgot. At this point, Emerald like dips out. She says she got to go do something while the boy set up the cameras. But then when Emerald comes back, this is another one of my favorite bits. Is Emerald comes back and she has the statue from Jupiter's Claim of it's a giant horse, and it even has like the flag still tied around it. And
I had so many questions.
so just like with Rye Lane, where Yaz in there they go into the reenactment or whatever, and she comes back in the movie theater, and in real life when they come back, she has the bucket of popcorn, which makes zero sense, but you just roll with it.
Mm-hmm.
How did Emerald get this big ass?
Right.
But it don't
Like,
matter.
how
It don't
did she
matter.
get it?
Because they do it again later on in the movie. How the fuck did she get all this?
Where? How? I
But
feel like she just talks some random people and help
No,
her.
You know how everybody has a friend that they can get stuff for you. You don't ask why.
Yeah, that's
Emerald.
Emerald.
It's like I messed up and forgot to buy these concert tickets.
It's like,
Who is it? Where are they playing at? Where you gonna be at 8 o'clock?
I got you.
If you go, tell me where you gonna be at 8 o'clock, and don't worry about it. Like,
Say,
okay.
hey,
did you need 4 or 2?
I need this 800-pound horse statue.
She will give you a call and tell you be at the back alley at 9 o'clock. Don't ask no questions. Just make sure you bring your truck.
Look, I
and
love
$5.
that they don't address like this at all, and it's not even like a continuity error. No, continuity error is like, oh, the level of orange juice in the glass keeps changing. Nah, like everybody knows this girl can't just lift the 800-pound horse statue, and we're just not even.
And even if it's not heavy, how did you get in and out of there with nobody picking up?
Broad daylight.
No one be like, hey, what you doing?
Well, actually, they totally did. She didn't completely get away with it because
Jupe shows up
like 15 minutes later, like, hey,
and like it's so funny. Jupe shows up, and then she's like, wait, stop right there.
She's like, hey, no need to come over. Just stay over there.
And I love how he just plays along because it's like he can see the horse. He knows that's his horse, and he probably came because he probably saw her take down the horse.
Well, no, I think he got her because he had no proof. And as soon as he started asking where she gets it, hey, where'd you get yours? And he's like,
well, he was playing. I think he was just playing along.
He said, my wife got it. I don't know.
My wife would know. But then he pulls out the flyer and he's like, oh, well, I want to invite you guys over to a family live show that we're doing it on Friday.
He didn't know what to say.
But like the wind kind of like blows it out of his hand, and then he was just like, all right, well, I'll see you later. Maybe he didn't know how he was going to lift this horse back.
He's probably wondering how she got it. So how did she do that?
Yeah, like he was more amazed.
Should have been working up here. What the hell?
That's what it was.
I love how her brother just went along with it. He just goes just go with her. Just like
because he pointed out, he was like, "That's Jupe's horse," and then Jupe showed up, but he at no point was like, "Yo, give him back the horse" or whatever. He was just like, "All right, like I'm in it."
Hey. You got a plan.
For a penny, and for more pennies also.
You got a plan. You my sister. Let's go and do this.
So next scene, it's nighttime and OJ is out in the stables, and like the light and the indoor horse walk or whatever cuts on by itself, and like and OJ turns around and sees some little shadowy figures come out. And he gets spooked, and that's another point where he's like, "Nope." He's spooked, and he starts to dip, but then he catches himself, and he's like, "Nah, like I need to get this on camera. Like that's what this whole thing's about, right?"
And he pulls out the flip phone.
Completely, I didn't even catch that it was a flip phone, but it makes sense.
Yep. That's all he's gonna have.
Look, you have to like work to get a flip phone in like this day and age. You got to be like, "Hey, man, I want this one." Nothing else. I want this. Look,
And
they don't even got it on display anymore.
They'd be like, "You got an elderly person you getting this for?"
Right? Who are you?
What you need this for? You
don't worry.
You gonna make me dust off the box and get this out the back? Okay. All right.
Like he did everything short of like stick his tongue out while he tried to take the picture too. Like it,
Yeah, he was
poor
like,
Right.
OJ.
he just had the old man hands up, like.
And like while he's like aiming the camera at one of them, peeking around the corner, like another one emerges next to him, hanging upside down, and he punches it in the face. And it hits the ground, and you hear "ow." it,
Yeah.
it turns out they're Jupe's sons that were
Yeah.
they were just
They're
in
not
alien
even aliens.
costumes. Yeah,
Like,
that's why they
come
were
on,
short.
man.
They were his sons. And they're trying to prank him in retaliation for Emerald stealing the horse, and they kind of run off. Well, it's funny because like they were laughing at him, but also laughing at the brother that got punched in the face.
Didn't expect him to get swung on.
You
He's
just
like,
got
"Oh,
punched in the
dang."
face.
He said, "Oh, dang."
Ow.
Like that's something that people never talk about when they talk about this movie is that a kid gets punched in the face. Anyway, so as they run off,
Because it was fully justified.
yeah,
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was so perfect.
They run off and they're like, "Don't mess with Jupiter's claim." And then
Yeah,
Emerald
okay,
runs
kid.
up and she's like, "Yo, what's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, it's just the park boys, getting a laugh in from because you stole the horse." And she's like, "Oh, we going to war? They need to know not to mess with Haywood." It's like, chill. They just did it because you stole the damn horse. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I did."
She's like, "Oh." She's, "Oh, that, oh."
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Prank
Yeah,
war.
all right.
Prank
All right.
war.
All right.
You're
True.
right. You're right. I started it. But in the process, in all of that, the boys have let one of the horses out, Clover. So OJ goes out to go get Clover, and Emerald goes back to the house and like she's looking at the cameras, and there's a praying mantis on one, and then at the same time her phone rings and it's Angel from the store and he's up at the store spying on the cameras, and
Yeah.
he's freaking out because camera B is down. And he's like, "Yeah, it's down. It's like ancient fucking aliens down." Because he's getting excited because, like I said, he already peeped that they're like looking for aliens, and that's right up his alley apparently. And something starts to happen outside, and OJ sees the horse statue get sucked up into a cloud. And Emerald sees the cloud from the other side of the ranch. She starts yelling for OJ to run, whatever it is that's in the cloud. But then like the lights and cell phones keep going in and out, right? So like
Yeah.
the call drops with Angel, and she tries to get on top of the stable so she could like knock the mantis off of the. Oh shit, cat.
Oh.
All right, kitty.
Look, I can't hear.
Tiffron.
I can't. I just see something moving. Anyway,
Don't punch your cat in the face.
I'm gonna leave that in. Where was it? So.
Oh yeah. He's still trying to get away from the entity flying above him.
Yeah, but then he sees Clover. Clover gets sucked up by the UFO, right? Poor Clover. Shout out Clover, is a real one. And we get a scene with Emerald flipping out and wanting to leave. Like this is also like her character, because clearly like she's not the one. Like she wasn't with OJ on the ranch, right? Like she left him in the beginning. The dad was like, "Where's your sister?" So she's kind of flighty. But
Yeah.
the fact that she stays is a testament to, she's sticking up for how much she loves her brother.
She's all over the place, but
Yeah,
she's for her
she's a
family.
mess. Yeah, but she good people. She good people. Yeah. So, but she's trying to convince OJ that like I need to get out of here. But OJ is busy staring at the camera and he's focused. Like now he's like, "Oh, we gonna get this." And he tells her like she can leave if he wants to, but he's got to get up early because he got mouths to feed. But it's like it's like yeah, he got to feed the horses, but also like he need to catch this UFO so they can get money. because to feed the horse. You see. Yeah. So yeah, next morning, Emerald calls the cinematographer from the set that they got fired from, and he and pitches, and she's trying to pitch helping them get an impossible shot, and she's like, "We're trying to get the impossible shot," and he replies, "That's impossible." Hangs up with
I
the
love how dramatic dude talks the
This-
whole
Director
movie.
guy seriously made me laugh the whole time.
This man's name was Antlers Holst.
Antlers.
Yeah, that's his character's name, Antlers Holst.
I didn't.
And I don't
Oh,
know.
I thought, okay.
I've never met a cinematographer before. I don't know if they're all like this, but I imagine, like I keep saying, like, movies, film, it's art, and art folks are characters.
He seemed like the kind of guy that would you'd be like, man, I'm a little hungry. Like, how would you like to try the best toast you've ever had? And y'all drive for 45 minutes to this really ratty looking restaurant with nothing but Colombians in it. And you're like, and you go in there and they're like, he wants the toast. And they give you this real toast. And you're like, that's the best toast I ever had. What the fuck?
How'd you even find
What the fuck? What is
don't-
this?
Don't worry. It's
Head back out to the car. I've got to talk to my Colombian friends.
Jesus.
What the heck was this?
Oh man. But yeah, so Angel pulls up the ranch and shows them on the cameras that there's a cloud that doesn't move. And OJ realizes that he's been staring at that same cloud that ain't moving for 6 months. And Angel asks them, are you guys telling me that there's an alien spaceship in that cloud right there? And OJ says, well, I guess it's the second time he kind of hints at it. He says it doesn't move like a ship. And Emerald goes, what you mean, OJ? And Avery's like, what if it's not a ship? And this is the part where I'm already fully involved, already excited. I'm here. But, the way the trailer went and everything kind of hinted at UFOs, spaceship, you associate UFOs with spaceships, right?
Like little gray men.
Yeah, and aliens. But it's oh shit. What you mean it's not a ship? And my stupid ass was like, well, if it's not a ship, what is it? I mean, obviously he means it's a fucking animal, but
this is the best flip I've ever seen on that. I have never thought about it in this particular.
Yeah,
it's like a really interesting flip.
And that's
all
what
those
I
cows
went
that
through.
get stolen, they're
Mhm.
not probing the cows. They ate
they're
them.
eating it. Yeah,
Right.
and
That's
it makes so much sense, but it's something
Yes.
a road that no one ever went down. So I'm in the theater oh shit.
Nobody ever thought alien animal coming from space.
That's the alien. The whole. It's not a ship at all.
Yeah, it's just a animal up there, a predator.
It's an animal that found somewhere with stuff it can eat.
So then we have a flashback, and we get the third full sequence of the Gordy incident. And we see some balloons get released, and we hear them pop, and that's when the chimp goes off. And we see young Jupe hiding under the table as Gordy eats the girl's face off. We don't actually see it. We just
mauls and eats.
He got blood on his mouth, and she ain't having no face no more.
That was skin ripping and chewing.
And you're just sitting here just listening to it. And it's the full thing. So we hear it again and even longer. And and then the TV dad, for whatever reason, runs back in, and then the chimp takes him out off camera too.
I even rewinded to see if he could have avoided the whole. I said, wait, why did he?
You were in a whole different room.
Okay.
I don't know why he came back in. Because maybe he came back in to try and save the kids.
That's what I thought, but he didn't make no direction.
He immediately he didn't stop. Maybe he did, and then he chickened out, and he was like, "I'm gonna just keep going."
He said, "F them kids."
Look, he ran back in, and he didn't stop running, but the chimp went after him, and off camera, you hear him get got. Then Gordy.
Gordy's home. Better not bring your kids.
Let me tie that back. Wow, 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 wow. And Gordy notices Jupe under the table, and he walks over, or whatever chimps do with the hands too. Walks over, and you can tell that he's like upset about what happened, and he's not about to hurt Jupe, and like he shows that by like going in for the fist bump. And
their signature move.
Yeah. And earlier in when Jupe took OJ and Emerald back to the special room, he mentioned like, oh yeah, that's the first exploding fist bump, by the way. And now we see it happen, because as soon as they go in for the fist bump, right as their fists are about to touch, Gordy gets shot in the head. Ooh.
Exploding fist bump.
Yep. And his blood splatters on Jupe's face. And like that's significant.
Trauma.
And then it cuts back to present day, and it's adult Jupe in his office, and it was like presented in a way that you could tell that what we just saw was him remembering that day,
going through that in his head all over.
Yeah.
Well, no, because didn't he say that he doesn't remember everything? He's going off of what he was told, and how that SNL script.
Well, that's what he told them.
I love when he brought up the SNL thing, because he's just like literally was like, "Oh yeah, the SNL skit.
Yeah.
That if you've seen that, you know what happened.
You know what
Oh, it's so good. It was so good.
And
he was just trying to not think about it.
Like
he probably thinks that this SNL one.
It's weird how we handled it, because he told them one thing, but then we see that he remembers everything.
Yep.
Yeah. And also, I guess I can explain the shoe right now. The shoe is standing up because, and like that's how the movie opens, right? The first time we actually see anything that's not the Bible verse is the shoe standing up. The reason it's standing up is that's how the shoe is in the display case. It's standing up in the display case. And when we're seeing the Gordy sequences, we're seeing it through Jupe's point of view, his memory. So like that's how it connects. That's why the shoe is standing up. It's not, because I remember a lot of people were like, is it the alien, or is the aliens making the shoe stand up? It's just an artsy.
She got hit so hard her shoe got knocked off.
It was just an artsy way of showing that this is Jupe's memory, and it's the shoe standing up because it's standing up in real life, and that's how. Yeah. So we're seeing Jupe's memory.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's not as a fantastical explanation as you thought it would
Magic
be,
shoe.
but it's neat.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
an explanation.
Another interesting fact: the scissors from Us is in there too.
Oh, on his desk. Yeah. That's
I said that's cool.
Yeah. I feel like if I was direct, I'd put a bunch of little stupid things in there. It's like, did you see that?
Did y'all know?
Did you know that when
just to mess with people?
When Strider kicked that helmet, he really broke his toe.
He broke it. That yell was real. They left it in the movie just to make fun of this motherfucker. You shouldn't have kicked that helmet, you stupid dumb son of a bitch.
You know what?
Ain't nobody told you to do that.
Look. He's method acting, man. He's method acting. Viggo Mortensen. Anyway, so back at the home ranch, we see Angel putting plastic on the cameras because a storm's coming, and OJ notices the flyer that Jupe had brought when he came back for the horse. That Jupe brought from before,
for when he's trying to invite them.
Yeah.
When Emerald stole the horse.
Yeah. Sorry. That is every time I think about it, it's funny. Yeah, so he finds that flyer that Jupe had brought, and OJ realizes that like this could be the chance to catch the UFO. So he heads out, and then it cuts to Jupiter's claim, and the live show is about to start, and he's Jupe's out there standing next to a box under a curtain, and he goes, what if I told you in about an hour you'll leave here you'll leave here different. Wink, wink. See, every Friday for the last 6 months, my family and I have bore witness to an absolute spectacle, one that you'll see here today. And he tells them that he's been seeing a flying saucer come down, and he calls the aliens the viewers, because all he in his mind all they do is just watch, and then they come down once a week, and he doesn't explain to the audience that it comes down and takes a horse, but he's trying
Yeah.
to hype it up right now. But yeah, the viewers, and he tells the audience that they can trust him, and then the curtain comes off, revealing the horse Lucky, uh, and Jupe introduces his kids, and they're about to perform before, because they're like an hour out before it's time for the flying saucer to come down, right? But then the UFO comes early, and like you can tell immediately, Jupe gets fucking nervous because it's early. Remember, last
Meteor.
6 months, every Friday he comes at like 6 o'clock, and it's 5 o'clock or something, right?
It's too early.
It's too
Something's
early.
up.
Something's wrong. Yeah. And Jupe tells everyone to stay in their seats, and the aliens are just early. So he sends the kids off, and they pull the curtain, and there's a horse in the box. But like you can tell, like Jupe's still super nervous. And then like the sound system cuts off because the electric magnetic interference or whatever. Anytime the UFO is close, like electricity stops working. And then we see everyone staring up as the wind starts to pick up, and then the screams start, and it cuts, and it cuts to inside the UFO as the people from the show is being fucking swallowed.
That was the
Look,
best scene.
look, we don't see them get eaten. We just see it about to happen, and then it cuts to black, and you see screaming, and then you can tell that they're like being digested.
That I love the way the audio worked, where you heard the screaming all around
Yep.
as the alien is going all around. I
Oh
said that
yeah.
is so cool. You don't hear it. You didn't actually hear the ship. You heard what was it? What it was eating.
Yeah.
That's, I said that's creepy.
It was cool seeing that I think we saw that in a large format theater, like an IMAX or RPX or whatever.
That
So,
does sound cool.
like, just like Kareem described, you heard the screams bounce around the different speakers.
Oh jeez.
Oh man, yeah. So that was cool. But yeah, so OJ shows up at Jupiter's Claim, but he's a little late, and the place is a mess. There's decorations and trash everywhere, and there's a pig on the roof. I love how he sees the pig and like doesn't even he doesn't stop to think, why is this pig on the roof? He sees it and he just keeps looking around like it's just another piece of trash.
Side
note.
just quick side note. At Universal, they had this town set up on their tour.
Look,
and you got to ride on the tour and go through it.
I
And
didn't
it was the
know
aftermath.
that.
It was the aftermath of all this.
That's amazing. I didn't know that until this watch. I let the credits play out, and at the very end, there's a bump that said, see Jupiter's Claim at Universal Studios.
Yep.
That's cool.
I went and looked at YouTube. Crazy. Too
That
much.
is cool. I would have went to check that out.
So yeah, so no sign of people anywhere. But the horse Lucky is still there. Lucky.
Yeah.
And then OJ sees the UFO flying through the clouds, and he's like trying to call, like he's like trying to whisper to Lucky to come over before it comes back. But eventually it swoops back down, kicking up a whole bunch of dust, and like you see the wind like blows OJ into the wall, and he gets knocked out. So this is, take account of why Lucky's lucky. This is number 2.
That's 2 in a row, really.
Yeah, back to back. So next scene, he wakes up and it's dark out and raining, and Lucky walks up. So Lucky survived. And then back at the house, Angel tells Emerald everything is done, and he'll be back in the morning. And as Angel pulls off in the van, he realizes the UFO is out there. Uh, and at the same time, OJ called Emerald to tell her he was right. It's not a ship; it's an animal, and it's territorial. But the call on the power goes out, and Angel makes it back inside the house, and you start hearing the screams outside. And this sequence is chef's kiss. Uh, then you start hearing and seeing things falling on the outside of the house, and then blood starts raining on the house. Then we get this dope wide shot of the house with blood pouring all over it and the creatures above
Oh.
it. And OJ's headed back to the house with Lucky in the horse trailer, but the truck cuts off before he gets like to the house, or he's outside, but he's still like a good like 50, 60 feet away. But yeah, but the creature, it's because he's got too close to the creature, and like he realizes what's going on, and he peeks out. Like he could tell that it moved closer to him, so he like peeked out the door and he looked up, and it's right above him, and he shuts the door back, and he's like, nope.
Nope.
And then all of a sudden, the stolen horse that got sucked up before drops right into the windshield.
Oh.
Like OJ's so
And
observant.
He said, "Here, you got his back."
Yeah, here, like motherfucker. So like now we know like the creature isn't just like it's cunning, and it's also a dick. Like
Yeah.
it purposely threw up, like excreted, whatever. It's purposely shat all over the house.
Yep.
And then it purposely moved over to OJ and was like, fuck you, nigga. Like, take this horse back.
Ain't nobody asked for this.
It knew. It knew.
It's like when the cat, like you leave your cat and you go out on like a weekend trip or something, and you come back and it like shat on your pillow because it's mad that you were gone. So
You know what? That alien spaceship was the elephant that found that lady's grave. That's what that was. That's exactly what
my
that is.
God, I
Fucked up
forgot
the
about
funeral?
that.
That's what that is.
Look, I kept waiting for them to be like, yo, this is a joke. This didn't actually happen. Somebody on Twitter just told a lie, and it just got
No.
just
Elephant
rolled
showed
it.
up. Can I get an encore? Do you want more?
I said, Jesus, that.
Man, that TikTok wrote itself. I mean, we about like a year or two too late to do it, but just do it, and someone's gonna get the reference. Just elephant showing up. Songs. You got to do the collision course, the Jay-Z Linkin
Yes,
Park.
it's gotta be. Whoa.
What the hell are you waiting for?
Definitely the collision course version.
Oh. Oh man, we're comedians. Yeah.
Love it.
Oh yeah. So next morning, so OJ wakes up when the power comes back on, and like the music from the van starts playing and wakes him up. So that means damn UFO was chilling above him all night, just waiting for him, like wishing the nigga would.
He just watching.
Cause
Get out. Get out the car.
God.
Get out
the
the car.
power came back once it left, so that means all night it was just sitting over. Just
Get out the car. Just get out the car.
You know what just popped into my head? You ever seen Widows? Daniel Kaluuya's in that one. We might have to. If you haven't seen it, you definitely seen the meme of him staring at the dude.
Yeah.
Like that's
him.
That was the UFO staring at him.
Just waiting.
Oh man. But yeah, so he sees the Emerald and Angel want to get in, make a run for the truck. Not the truck, the van, Angel's van. And he gets to the van and he opens the door and he sees the creature come back down. But he remembers back at the production set, the horse freaked out when he saw when the mirror got held up to his face, and he saw himself. Well, he saw another horse, what he thought was another horse, looking at him. Right. So that's when he got the idea. I shouldn't look at the monster. And so you see him looking down at the ground. while but he didn't know this was gonna work or not. So he's freaking the fuck out. And he's just like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And but they made it, they got in, they hopped in, and they hauled ass. So OJ is brilliant.
It's animal training.
Yeah.
Come
Oh,
around.
Yeah.
that is probably why the pig didn't die.
Because pigs don't look up? Why?
They can't look up. They physically can't look up.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Hey. Nice.
Now.
The pig's like, I didn't get eaten. Things are looking up. I mean, not me, but
Pig just seeing people get shot up in the air, don't know what's happening.
Man, where's everyone going?
Look, what's going on?
He just happened to get hit with a gust of wind and land on top of the building. Was just like, yo, this is dang, I can see so much from up here.
This crazy. It's crazy.
Yo, I did not. That's a good little catch. That's funny. Oh man, yo. So they made it out. They get to Angel's apartment, and nothing really happens in the apartment scene. You just see that they're both playing VR, or Angel and Emerald are playing VR, and OJ's just sitting there thinking, like he's just thinking. Like the other two are disassociating.
In their own.
yes.
Yeah.
Which
Especially Angel.
honestly, fair.
Yeah, like that.
Especially Angel, because even while Angel's playing on the Oculus, he still looks like he's kind of freaked out.
Yeah,
like he's trying to desperately forget anything that's going on.
Me think about something else. Thanks.
Yeah, you just see OJ focused, and then we see the cinematographer Antlers Holst. He's in his house and he's like listening to the news, and he realizes that the shit Emerald was talking about on the phone, that she was on to something.
Not fake.
Yeah, like because why would you believe that until now you hear people are going missing out there, and he's like, hold up. And also, when you saw him the first time in his house, when she called him, he was like splicing together footage of like animals. So he might be into this. Like, the ultimate shot of the predator, or the elusive, unidentified flying object.
Let me take you to a place where a woman cooks you cornbread in your armpit. What? It's delicious.
It's delicious.
God damn it! Take me. Let's go.
Let's go.
If we just go now, I just don't want to be in traffic. Does it smell like the armpit? It doesn't smell anything like the armpit. Fine.
So back to the trio, Scooby Gang. Now they're eating dinner at a restaurant. OJ finally like brings it up, and he says he thinks the monster won't eat him if they don't look at him, don't look it in the eye. But Angel and Emerald, they ain't trying to talk about this shit. Like they're still
read the room, sir.
That's what he told me. He's like, yo, RTR, read the room. But finally, he convinces him, like, all right, let's just hear me out. And he says, every animal got rules, and he tells Emerald that they got to get Lucky out to feed it, so they can try and get the shot again. I mean, he's willing to feed the horse to the monster. Yeah,
like a bait situation.
Yeah, but he's like, look, I guess that's what he was studying in the apartment. Like, look, we can do this. I think I figured out how it works, so we can do this. Like, we can get this shot, the Oprah shot. And, so they get back to the ranch, and the cinematographer's already there. He's like, you got a scooter on your roof.
That's the weirdest thing that you can think of. Is that's the part?
Yeah, like the house is covered in blood.
And I'm pretty sure there are bones all over the ground too.
Man, there was bits of everything. Yeah. But yeah, you got a scooter on your roof, and he starts asking questions, and they go inside to figure out the plan. And OJ names the monster Jean Jacket after the horse that Emerald didn't get to train. So from this point forward, the UFO monster creature thing is Jean Jacket.
Jean Jacket.
Also, like so far, all the bumps have been different horses. So now we get
Yeah,
the
each section of the film.
yeah. Now we're at Jean Jacket.
I did
OJ,
like that. That was a nice touch.
yeah. OJ says he's the lure to get Jean Jacket out, and then we get a montage of them stealing the supplies for their plan. So like Angel, or we don't see it happen once again, but Emerald steals all of these waving. What do you call it? The wacky
Wacky
flailing
waving inflatable tube man.
inflatable
The
tube
car
mans.
dealership flags.
Tube man.
No, you got to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest.
Sky Dancer is I think what they start calling them in the movie, but the wacky waving arm inflatable tube man.
Yeah. So Emerald gets those. Angel steals all of the car batteries from the guests of Jupiter's claim that got eaten because
yeah, I mean, what were they gonna do with it?
Yeah, they don't need them anymore. Can't take it with you. And you also see him stealing equipment from the store, and like you hear a siren go off, and he like drops it and he freaks out for real quick. But like, yeah, so they gather everything up, and then the next morning. They set everything up, and now's the time to do the thing, right? Get the impossible shot. So they have the course OJ is going to ride line with the wacky inflatable flailing men, and they're hooked up to the car batteries. And so the idea is like they'll know Jean Jacket's close when the inflatable dudes start falling, right?
Right.
And then the cinematographer.
It's very, very cool plan.
Yeah, like it's a lot, but like it's also fun, and like that's the other thing about this movie. Like, it was fun. Like out of all three of his movies, I can't describe Get Out as fun, even though it was great. But Us and Nope were fun, and like that's not something you get anymore as fun horror movies that aren't just like too goofy. You know, that's another reason for
Us was fun.
You didn't think Us was fun? Like it was wild.
What do you think?
And there was scary.
It was it was real wild.
But it was kind of fun. Like especially and like they definitely had fun. Like Gabe, the whole character with Gabe was fun. Remember when she get Lupin to get snatched into the house like sideways?
Okay, it was horror with a little bit of whimsy to it.
Yeah. Like it was definitely creepy and all that stuff, but they had moments where like everything that had to do with Gabe and the neighbors, remember fuck the police, all of that, like all of that was just shenanigans. And it was a significant amount, so I'd describe it as fun. And this was fun because it was like an adventure. But yeah. So and then the cinematographer and Angel, they're up on the hill with the cameras, trying to get the shot. And just as everything's about to start, a motorcycle comes speeding in, and they're like, "Yo, this shit is funny." Emma runs up to him, and like as soon as she gets up, like he immediately starts like he pulls out his camera and starts grilling her on like how the neighbors disappeared and stuff. Also, like he's on an electric motorcycle. See where it's going? And Emerald tries to warn him, like, "Hey, man, you don't want to go down here. Like, I'm trying to save you. And, like, it's already bad enough that like clearly somebody else was out here trying to get the shot, and somehow he already like figured out that that's what they're trying to do. So he's like, whatever, I'm going in." But Emerald legit was trying to save his ass because he just showed up. They've been figuring it out for a few days, right?
And big key thing to mention is homeboy rolled in with a round mirrored helmet.
Yep.
Way too similar looking to what freaked out the horse.
The horse in the beginning, yeah.
Like,
so he goes flying in just as the wacky waving inflatable tube men start to fall. This shit took me out because they saw it happening. Like all like you, I think you at some point you see all four of their faces. Like, God damn, because he's speeding in, and we get the super wide shot. Him speeding towards the wacky waving inflatable tube man going down, and then you just see the electric back cut off and him go flying.
Like
and,
just.
and you hear it. You hear the. He's like, no, he's dead. He's got to be dead.
Oh, that's it. He's done.
You hear him scream, scream like wail out in pain, and like OJ's like, God damn it, I'm gonna go try to save him. And like he rides in, and he goes. He's like, hey man, you got to get up. You got to get up. And like I guess he just like ate shit, so he's kind of disoriented or hurt or something. But then in his mirror helmet, you see Jean Jacket coming down, and like OJ is like, I'm sorry, man, bye.
Take it easy.
Yeah, what is that? And OJ's like, gotta go.
Gotta go. Gotta go right now.
I tried to save you, but
didn't work out.
Motorcycle man scooped up.
Because he couldn't not look at it, and it could see his face like the horse.
Yeah, so it thinks you're looking at no matter what. Like it's a wrap. And OJ processed all that right away and was just like, well, you ain't getting me.
Yep.
But yeah, so the film crew up on the hill misses the shot because like they had to reload. Oh, that's one thing we didn't mention, that Antlers showed up with manual cameras that don't need
like
electricity.
A hand crank camera with the old style film in it.
He's like, I built this
that
myself.
he made himself.
Yeah, he was completely ready.
And when he said that, like Emerald looks at OJ and was like, I told you this motherfucker was going to show up with some non-electric cameras. Another like great sibling moment. I love stories with kids doing hood rat shit with their friends and like siblings doing hood rat shit together.
Close family stuff is always cute.
Yeah,
I like it.
Because I ain't got no siblings, so it's like, oh,
I have too many. Would you like one?
Are they cool?
Just kidding. They're all 50. They're all older than me. It's not. It's
hey, man, as long as they're willing to help me hunt UFOs, we good.
Oh no! The way he said it made it sound like they're all on the couch watching the news, drinking.
They were smoking cigarettes. Some of them were smoking cigarettes back when everybody thought that was okay, and ain't so working out.
Ain't a whole bunch of ain't nobody helping me hunt UFOs.
Everybody old and
I'm tired.
Hey, little bro, what you been doing?
Not the sound.
And I know, and Antlers is he's over prepared. It bothered me.
I mean, he was too weird.
They had the film in a tent so that light couldn't touch it.
Yeah,
like they really, it was like a weird detail that was like, whoa, he's just ready.
I mean, but also a good detail that they put in the movie, like. I mean, they would know, they're filmmakers, Peele, they're filmmakers, so they would know, like, oh, he would have a tent for his stuff. But anyway, yeah. So they missed the shot because they had to reload the film.
Homeboy died of death.
The writer it's a wrap. I think you can hear him screaming again as Jean Jacket flies off. But then Jean Jacket comes back down and hovers over OJ, but he doesn't look at it, so he flies back off. So OJ decides, okay, now it's time to actually do the official run, not because Ryder done fucked it up from before. And he takes off again, and Jean Jacket swoops down from the heavens and chases him, and we get this dope wide shot of like OJ running towards, or not running, on the horse, riding towards the camera, and
like a cowboy.
Yeah, and like the music and everything's on point, and the giant monsters behind them swooping in. I just love that shot. I almost want to go make it.
No, it was really good. This whole plan came together in a way that was like super imaginative on screen.
Yeah, like this is when the actual cinematography gets to shine, because before, it's whatever. But anytime we have to get Jean Jacket in a shot and it's a wide shot, it is fucking gorgeous. It's almost like sad that Jean Jacket's the villain of the movie, like because
Yes.
it's beautiful. But yeah, so he's getting chased by Jean Jacket, and OJ untucks the colorful flags that Emerald had sewn, because that's another thing he put together, that he not just hated the fake horse. The fake horse also had the flags tied around it, so he feels some type of way about flags.
Those always just hung out. He never got those.
Mhm.
Like they're always hanging out.
It's like you ate a rat and the tail's just always hanging out. But yeah, so he throws that out, and it has a balloon tied to it, so it like floats as he rides, and that immediately made Jean Jacket back off. But because he was about to eat him, and like OJ
Yep.
dives off the horse, but once again, Lucky's lucky.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Lucky
Well named horse.
Yeah.
Well named.
Yeah. And Antler, I crack up every time I got to say his damn name. Antlers says the light's about to be perfect, and we don't deserve the perfect shot. This that shit. And he takes his handmade camera and he starts running up the mountain with it. And so I forgot what he said, his magic hour or something like that, where the sun goes behind the clouds and the lighting is perfect. And he was like, because the light's gonna be perfect and we know this thing is coming down, if I can get the perfect shot, and the perfect shot is, well, he doesn't say all of this, but the perfect shot would be with the perfect light and this monster coming down and fucking eating me. And before he ran off, he told Angel, we don't deserve it. Because this weirdo at the last second realizes, you know what? I can get the perfect shot. We can get the impossible shot. We can make it possible, but we don't deserve it as humans. So I'm going to get it and die in the process, because that is art. And honestly, that's
couldn't be
on
me.
point. I mean, it's not going to be me, but
couldn't be me.
Once again,
have a good time.
Going back to the last episode, the Rye Lane episode, fucking art niggas are weird.
Absolutely.
The time is upon us. Perfect light. We don't deserve the perfect shot. Peace. That's what he should have said.
Done here.
He should have did the crazy Tart Toter speech from Adventure Time. This cosmic dance of birth and decadence and withheld permissions twist all our arms collectively. But if sweetness can win, and it can, I'll still be here tomorrow to high five you yesterday, friends. Peace. And Angel's just like, what?
Do you like rum? I know this perfect place to get rum. It's out Rye Lane. Come with me.
This voice.
Oh man, he's gonna be somebody's AKA on the next episode. But yeah, so he gets eaten. Then Jean Jacket goes after Angel and then Emerald. Like Jean Jacket's just on a roll. But both manage to escape just barely. Like Angel's about to get eaten and the tarp blows over him. So I guess Jean Jacket just skips over him because
no face.
Yeah, no face, no case. And Emerald, she tries to suck Emerald up, but he's too far away or on the move or something, and she just is on the cusp of the tornado, and she gets sucked up, but then blown out before she gets properly sucked up. So both survive. Then JJ comes back for Angel again, and Angel's already halfway wrapped in the tarp, and there's also barbed wire that got blown on him. So he's using the tarp to protect himself as he wraps himself in the barbed wire. And he's like, "All right, I got something for your ass." and then he gets sucked up again. but he gets spat back out because of the barbed wire. But then the barbed wire is still like stuck inside of him because the barbed wire was like tied to like it came off of like a fence or something. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
just
a barbed
like
wire fence.
so just like with the flags hanging from the fake horse, now he got this painful shit stuck in his mouth again. But this time, instead of just it being soft flags, it's barbed wire, and Jean Jacket starts to flip out and on unfurl. So this is the another part I love. Everything
Right.
about this movie I love. I'm explaining it. I guess I can explain it now. So one thing about like Nope is anime. And you're gonna hear me say this a lot because I always catch anime references. Jean Jacket, I don't think they confirmed it ever, but I got a strong theory that one of the inspirations for Jean Jacket is off of the angels from Neon Genesis Evangelion. And
I
there's
can
even
see
an
that.
angel that does this. Like they have one form and then they change into a more abstract form, right? And
Yeah.
so we get Jean Jacket stage 2. This is a boss fight, by the way. So
It is.
so you think you already won, and then the boss music starts playing again, and now it's stage 2. He done changed forms. You start off training a horse, and then you end up fighting God. It's a JRPG. Anyway, so Emerald's walking, trying not to look at it, and OJ yells at her like, "Go for the electric bike!" As he decides to go back on Lucky to try to lure Jean Jacket away so Emerald can escape. Right, and they get to their respective vehicles. He gets to Lucky, and Emerald gets on the motorbike that the rider was kind enough to bring her. Because remember, going back to the beginning, she also does motorbikes.
Yep. Good detail.
Yep. And at the same time, when he gets on the horse, like he gives her the signal that we saw in the flashback of when they were training the horse Jean Jacket. Like I don't know how to describe that. Like he points at his eyes and he points at her and he points back his eyes.
Mm.
So like like what time it is. It's like now it's time to train Jean Jacket or break Jean Jacket. I guess what's the proper
Yeah.
term?
Yeah, that's
It is break.
wild horses are broke. Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's unlucky. He lures a Jean Jacket's focused on him. He lures it one way, and Emerald escapes on the bike the other way. And I guess along the way, she gets the bright idea like to pull in the Jupiter's claim, and she's gonna. Well, first we get the Akira slide. Like when this
Yes.
happened,
Yes.
me and I'm trying to remember who I saw the movie with and who else, if anybody else in the theater like caught it. But man, when it happened, I knew I like shat myself.
I get completely out. I wasn't ready.
Like you knew it as soon as you saw it, right? Oh, the Kira slide. And
I just feel
I
like
said,
Jordan.
"Oh."
I feel like Jordan Peele was sitting around on the internet. He kept seeing that GIF that
Oh,
gets added to
no.
every 6 months.
It's even better than that. He was attached to direct the movie, the Hollywood remake of Akira.
Oh,
Yeah, and
so he
eventually
probably has sat down and planned it out, and it was like, we're not doing it. I'm doing it.
Didn't he turn it down because he didn't want to mess with it?
Yeah. Eventually, he was like, "Look, this isn't. We can't like Hollywood can't do this story."
He probably saw Ghost in the Shell and was like, well,
Not
well,
me. You ain't getting me.
Ghost in the Shell, Lord.
He's like, well, maybe not.
Lord.
Look, Ghost in
Look
the Shell
what they
could
did
have
with
worked
Dragon Ball. Look what
if
they
they
did with
just
Dragon
had
Ball.
an Asian actress. That's it. But Akira's
Somebody
different.
said the story went real well, but it was just like,
yeah, you just got tired of staring at Scarlett Johansson, and then they didn't call her Motoko Kusanagi. It was just the Major.
Yeah.
Didn't they call her? Didn't they call her like Michelle?
it was just the Major.
The Major. Because they knew they
And then
messed up.
they did something at the end that tried to like explain it away, but at that point, nobody
I
cared.
think the way somebody explained to me, that was also just whitewashing.
Yeah.
So it was like, oops.
Yeah. Yep. Didn't help at all.
We explained our whitewashing with whitewashing. You're welcome.
But yeah, Akira's different because the story is inherently Japanese. You can't just take Akira, which is
Throw it in Los Angeles.
Yeah. Like it hinges on the nuclear explosion and all that. Anyway,
Yes.
so yeah, that's why it never really works out. And I guess he got attached to it, and he realized, yeah, this ain't gonna happen. But he
We
he
got the
managed to. We got
slide.
the Kira slide in, and the real ones knew immediately. And it was perfect too. Man, I'm still smiling thinking about it.
They did so good.
But yeah, her plan was there's a giant cartoon balloon of Jupe, and she was going to untie it and let it float up, and hopefully Jean Jacket will go after it.
It has enough of a face, so
Yeah, it has a face and it's looking, and of course it turned in the right direction, and Jean Jacket looked at it and was like, "I'm taking you out next because you looking at
Yup.
that's the rule, right? Animals have their rules." And Emerald's like, "This gonna fuck you up." Jean Jacket sees it floating and goes after it, and Emerald's she starts putting coins in like there's this well has a camera in it. Like that's kind of the attraction is you put you coin in the camera and then you get a picture looking into the well. Uh, so she starts putting coins into the well camera, and it starts flashing, and like she's trying to catch it at just the right moment in a last ditch effort to get the Oprah shot. And as once Jean Jacket goes directly above and goes after the balloon, she eventually lands it. Amazing. And Jean Jacket floats off choking on the balloon, which is wild to me. Like you thought you could just eat that giant thing? Like anyway, uh choking on the
Did
balloon.
it die?
Well, we don't know if it's dead, but it chokes on the balloon, and then the balloon pops, and it looks like it like exploded it, right? Because we just sees like its pieces just floating off.
that's a parallel again there. Like the inception moment of Jupe's life was when a balloon popped and a wild animal went crazy. But now a wild animal consumed a balloon and it popped and stopped it from being crazy.
Like the whole reason Jupe was trying to was obsessed with this UFO, the viewers, and Jupiter's claim and all that stuff, is that was him processing his trauma from the Gordy incident. Like even though that's weird and it sounds kind of backwards, it happens.
It's really sad because
Yeah.
I mean he narrowly avoided death as a child from an exploited animal.
Mm-hmm.
But then he was killed because he was exploiting an animal.
Yeah, it's poetic.
Yeah.
And the balloon is what set Gordy off, and a balloon of Jupe is what killed.
Yeah.
So
you know what else was
your
cool?
Your cycle is complete.
Where OJ, where his sister was at the well, and OJ was on the horse coming back to.
Yeah, we're getting to it. Well, I'm not getting to it. We're there.
Yeah.
So like after, so when it explodes, like you said, she's like, yes, like she celebrates, and then she like closes her eyes for a bit and then opens it. She looks and she sees OJ on Lucky, and like he's out past the sign over his head that says "Out Yonder."
Mm-hmm.
Then so we see the photo come out of like that she landed of Jean Jacket, and the movie ends on the title card. Nope. But going back to OJ, since that's the movie now, is OJ dead?
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one for me because I every time somebody nearly got caught by the monster, it was because they were in a vehicle. And horses don't cut off when the electricity goes out.
Mm-hmm.
I almost think if he had his back to it and he was far enough away, it probably just changed direction because it was like, the hell with that. I can get this thing over here.
So like this is one of those
the
things
Out Yonder
where...
is a good... I didn't think about that though.
Yeah. What do you think, Karreem?
I don't know. I'm swinging towards he did die. Okay. Just because of the Out Yonder thing and the picture. To me, it also symbolized back when his dad was talking about the first cowboy that was shot on film for the Western. That's the same frame and everything, same pose and everything. So I think
Okay.
that was like
Okay.
their way of saying, this is he's gone. This is his spirit
So
moving on.
here's the thing. They did it perfectly where I don't know. Like I'm tempted to lean towards he's dead because why do it? Why have the out yonder in general?
Hmm.
He could have just walked in, right? But instead you had that shot. So since he went through the trouble of doing it, maybe he is dead. But
Good.
also, like Tim said, he could have outran it because
He could have.
everybody else was either not mobile or like they were in the electricity cut out and they couldn't do anything. But he's on a horse and he could have just kept going.
No, because I also feel like he would have came to his sister to check on her.
I mean, he did.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, like
No,
if he led it far enough away, right? And you gotta also like there he's like Jupe's probably like a mile up the road or 2 miles or something, right? So he led it far enough away, and then it turned around and saw balloon Jupe, and then started going that way, and then by the time Gene Jackson went and got balloon Jupe, ate it, popped, sigh of relief. Then she sees him. He finally caught up. So I think time wise,
no.
it works out.
I mean, like actually, brotherly embrace or something like
Oh,
close
you
to
mean
each
like
other
why did he just stop and like
at the
give her?
gate,
I don't know because
right?
it's OJ. I don't know, but you're right.
I-
Like, see, that's the other thing. Like there's so much that can
Well,
go in either way. I don't.
and let's not forget, at this time there were already other cars showing up right after she got the picture.
Like
True.
it was like press showing up.
So he very much could have just kind of saw that the thing blew up and it was just like, oh, we're good now.
Yeah,
And just rolled up
True.
real,
And he doesn't like people, so he probably wouldn't
Mhm.
want to.
yeah. And like he
more
got
likely
there.
it's probably like, get that picture and come on.
Yeah,
We got to talk to these people today. Make them wait.
And like, but that's also like I feel like that's in character for him to stand off to the side and just finally like give her the "I'm proud of you, you did it."
I still like how he all this is going on, and he had almost no real fair emotion shown during the whole movie. It was just him.
He did in real specific moments. Like his acting was so subtle. Like some of the main moments
was
was
all
the
over
main
him.
one.
That he
like
was constantly
when he figured out or when he first tested his theory not to look at it, like boy was scared. And like he was waiting for him to run up his
well outside of that, that would have got anybody.
But then once he figured it out, that frustration feeling, he didn't do that anymore.
Because then he was confident. Like he'd been training horses his whole life. So he was like, all right, animals got
straight
rules.
up like it's an animal.
I got it. Yeah. Once he knew for sure, that's when. And then the second theory was like, okay, well he didn't like that fake horse. I'm gonna get him. Like because everything after that, he was like, I'm going to be the lure. I'm going to do this. I'm going to like. He was confident after that.
Yep.
But also it's part of his character. So like to be low key anyway. But you had those little moments where it came out. There was that. There was a couple moments with Emerald, like I told you this motherfucker's going to show up with a non-electric camera, and he's like the hand slaps. Or when the dad was dying, like even then he was still reserved, but you can tell
he was no freak out moments.
Yes.
Oh yeah. He. I mean, yeah. Even in the moments when he should have freaked out, he was still
punching little kids.
Ow. Don't mess with Jupiter's claim.
He did not care. It was a possible alien. He was gonna go down fighting.
Look, I love that they put that in the movie because
how often do you see little kids get hit?
Like, well, you don't know in the moment, but still, like, if an alien just popped up in front of you, like, surprise, like, you might get knocked. Like, like, why are you playing?
I loved it. I loved it.
Remember the it was a video of like they were in a high school hallway and like a white kid was interviewing a black kid and another kid like popped out of a trash can with a wolf mask on, and the black dude rocks the shit out of him and he just falls back into the trash can.
I don't think I stopped laughing for 20 minutes the first time I saw that. Almost the best part is when the black kid turns around, he's like, "Oop." Like he realizes like, "Oh, it was like, oh."
But he went
I
all
punched
the
him
way
good.
back into the trash can. He didn't fall over. He just went back down.
That's what you get. You can't be scaring everybody.
Yeah. See, that's what I feel like that's what that was. Or maybe it was a direct reference. I don't know, but it didn't have to be because I feel like
I don't know. It might have been because he referenced a lot in this movie.
All the time.
Yeah. But so gotta ask y'all, like, if you were in this situation, what would you do?
Where there's a possible alien?
I guess so. Like, would you hunt the alien?
I
Or
feel
would
like
you just get the fuck out? Just
if there was a lot of desperation, like and there was more like the way planning was going, I feel like I could have been a part of it. But there's a good part of me that's just kind of like the first time that electricity like went fully out, I'd have been like, we tried. We
because
tried.
like that was Emerald, right? Like she was on board, and then when shit started getting real, she was like, "Yo, I gotta get out of this house."
So you see, you gotta think of who's in your circle that would have been around you as that was going on.
Look, y'all are my circle.
We would not. We would not be there.
Everybody. I feel like I can't remember the exact moment, but I feel like at some point we were together, or at least like you, me, Cerise, and Lonnie, and we were somewhere, and I don't know if it was a crackhead like was acting. Oh, we were in DC, and we were going to stands. You know, there's a lot of homeless people in like the little park in the middle, and like one of them was clearly like having a moment, and we all just kind of looked, and we kind of like, did we cross? I think we crossed the street. We're like, we're gonna, yeah.
That's how I know
we didn't have to communicate. We're just like, I don't know what's going on over there, but we're gonna go.
We would not be there. We would have.
And like that wasn't an alien. That wasn't a giant monster from coming down from the sky. That was just somebody having a mental crisis. And we still were like,
a horse gets sucked up in the sky, and you see something take off. Nope. No.
And like, there's no communication involved. Like,
honestly, I don't know because I feel like.
Okay, what about this?
One
of us goes out and sees the thing in the sky, like how it happened in the first time. He's just like, something's in the sky. Would that be the moment we all just, are we leaving? Or would it be like,
no.
Do you think it depends on who says it? If I'm the one who said it, hey man, I think I saw something in the clouds.
It's getting brushed over.
Okay, y'all won't believe me. Cerise says it though.
No. If Cerise says it, I think everybody would look out and investigate.
But if I say
it, I feel like if you said it, I would go look. Then Jelani would go look after me. We wouldn't see nothing, and then that would be it. And then I feel like you honestly would have dropped it because you said, I don't know, I could be crazy. And we would live.
Maybe it's me.
Okay.
Right. And then that's it for the night. And then next day when we actually see something get sucked up in the sky. Tiff. Oh no! Wait, no. Let's.
Okay. Once you have confirmation, visual confirmation, that's the note moment.
That's the note moment.
Okay, Tim.
That's.
I'm 50-50. There's a good chance that I'd have been like, I don't even want to see all that. We should go before I know too much. And then there's a part
I don't
of me
want that problem.
like, there's a part of me that's just kind of like confirmation would have been like, yep, time to goodbye.
I don't want that.
I think I would have made it like I would be involved in the shenanigans until the blood rain, the shitting on the house. After that, I would like, we just never gonna talk about it. We're gonna get out of here in the morning. And that's it. You know what? It's Jean Jacket House now. Like, we done. You know what? Fuck California. Like, Like
Tiff trying to show it.
I was 100% on board until it's dark and it's
Yes.
raining people guts and blood and now we gotta get like
You said
I'm
it
Emerald. I
was
gotta get out of this
fun.
house.
It was a Scooby Doo moment.
Look,
And now we got The Shining happening. I'm not.
man.
I will say
Anyway.
that was the most artistic alien I've ever seen in a
Yeah.
movie.
Like I
That
said,
was.
I think I can't prove it, but I think he drew some inspiration from Evangelion, that angel.
I would not doubt it.
I
'cause
forgot
that
which Azrael or Zalzriel, whatever all the funky angel
Yeah,
names. I
so
forgot
many
which
of
one,
them.
but you know which one I'm talking
that's
about.
what. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what actually boosted this movie to me is the fact that it wasn't your standard UFO or your standard
Oh yeah,
alien.
the flip. I love the flip because I didn't see it coming,
That's what.
and that's why I want to
Because
go in
that's what
blind.
twisted it for me. Because I was like, "How deep is this gone?
Yeah.
This is
So even if
so
it was
so."
just regular aliens, I still would have been on board. Whatever.
Yeah.
But the flip, that's when you get the ooh.
I feel like him punching the little kid alien
That was
quite literally a no. It's
yeah.
not
We're
gonna
not
be
doing this.
like I reject this trope.
Gotcha.
We will move forward.
Pow message.
No, you're not going to see aliens in this. The standard ET.
But yeah,
variety.
it was really great seeing Jordan Peele do what is it? It's Jaws, right? Like once all the
Essentially.
cards were on the
Jaws
table,
kinda
it was
thing.
Jaws. Like them hunting this giant scary creature, and man, it was fun.
I felt like it was more a monster movie than an alien movie.
I mean that's the flip.
Yeah.
The wild animal that can't.
But I
cannot
liked
be
it.
controlled.
I like that because I like that. Not every movie has to be that us moment type movie.
Right.
Why do you think the audience score? It's not low, like it's still fresh. 69, nice, is still fresh, but it's not like usually it's not like a 90. Like
It's because I think his people, because he did such a great job coming out with us and crap,
Get
the
Out.
other one, Get Out. That's what people want from him. They want him to stay in that lane, not that lane.
Oh,
per
because
se,
this
but
didn't have anything to do with race.
that too. But that's what they're expecting from him, something like that. But this just turned out to be a alien monster movie with no deep, deep under meaning behind it.
It wasn't deep. It was pretty. They said it in the beginning, and throughout the movie, the theme is like humans' tragic obsession with spectacle, like shit. Like we know better, but we still about to do this foolishness. We still about to have this damn wild animal on
Jordan
set.
Peele said.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele said, "Go to therapy."
Like that. It was the jean jacket when you were inside jean jacket. It looked like a camera. Like that's all on
It did.
purpose. Yeah.
It did.
So that's
But because he got outside of that typical Jordan Peele horror genre, it threw people off, and they're like,
yeah. I loved it. Like not all horror. I mean, it's still horror. But not all horror movies are the same. And this one was Jaws versus,
I think
and it also
That was
wasn't
pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I think we're trying to like pigeonhole him into one thing where
I think
no,
part
we
of
like
it.
Jordan.
Part of it, no. Well, you kind of said it. Part of it is what you already said was like a lot of people. This is what drives me crazy too. They'll going expecting something, and when they're not right, they take that away from the movie because they wanted to be right. You know.
Right.
And that might be. I don't know how much of a human thing that is, because generally speaking, people like to feel smart, right? So but not everybody handles not being right well. So it's like,
True.
oh, my theory isn't right, or Ray isn't the son of Obi-Wan. Fuck this movie.
It's like it's weird. It's like when you
That's
go
a
and
bad
watch a movie,
example.
if your theory about a movie is not right, it's like you don't go in with a blank slate. You put negatives on the movie already.
Like I love theory crafting after a movie. Like that's why Us was so fun because that had so many layers to try and figure out. But I hate theory crafting before a movie because I'm not trying to go in to see if I'm right. I just want to go in on the path that they,
There's way too many.
It depends with me because
there's so many people who do that with shows, and it ruins the show for them. They're like, "Oh, I think that the Mandalorian is going to go on a date with that lady. That's what I want to see." Then when it doesn't happen, they get mad.
Yep.
It's just like,
yep.
You should have watched it.
I like theory crafting, but not to like stress me being right or wrong just because like a different take on something is like giving me like it's broadening my imagination on what this could possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I see something, I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, it's this. Oh, that's awesome. But
well, remember like
because I'm not right.
Game of Thrones, they were like, yo, Daenerys flip came out of nowhere. I was like, she literally fucking said. She literally said in the beginning that she will take it back with fire and blood. Did y'all forget that? Also, she been doing wild shit this whole fucking show. What do you mean she came?
This is true.
The flip came out of nowhere. You just fell in love with her.
When people said that, I was confused. I was like, wait,
look, did
y'all not see?
She been crazy bitch this whole time.
Did y'all not see what she was doing to get there?
Look, anyway, did I miss anything?
No, I think we took we went everywhere you can.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of trivia we could have mentioned, but y'all can find that out on your own. A lot of cool stuff. Ooh, one thing I did want to say is they invented a whole technique for shooting at nighttime, which usually either a production shoots at nighttime and they just have lights on and it might look kind of off, or they shoot in the daytime and they put that nasty ass blue filter on and it's really obvious. But this time they shit, now I'm drawing a blank. Maybe I should cut this part. They like came up with this technique where they kind of combine they use two different cameras or whatever. Anyway, I might just cut this part because I can't remember the exact details. But
I'll look it up.
Anytime, they come up with some new shit. Like they create technology
for the movie.
Yeah, for the movie is dope. Like the Matrix 3 created a whole different type of rain machine that could create the perfect raindrop. Like that, you doing the fucking most, but that's dope. It's dope.
Wait, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, because usually rain machine it just throws a bunch of water, right? That's why anytime there's rain in the movie, it's always like a torrential downpour. But they didn't like that.
The raindrop landed on the left eye instead of the right.
So they wanted it to create the perfect raindrop, and they created a whole new machine for it. Anyway, but
I think this movie. Are we doing ratings now? Are we rating the movie?
Just how I guess we already kind of shared our final thoughts, huh?
Okay.
We all loved it, right? But unless you want to expand on that.
No, it was quite good. I would definitely recommend it to damn near everybody.
What's your ranking then? What's your Peele ranking? His first three.
First three movies?
I mean, he only got the
I'm probably a weird judge, but I feel like this is number 2. I still think Get Out is probably number 1.
I actually hear I hear all sides of this argument from different people. There's no solid consensus of
probably not
which is the best to worst. Everyone's kind of all over the place.
I have to see Us a third time, I think a third time will make me more solid on what I love about it. I still like the movie a lot, but I feel like between the three of them, Get Out there's just something too well done about Get Out. Everything is a reference to everything.
That's hard.
He picks cotton to free himself.
Right.
All this weird shit is going on that shouldn't even mean nothing, but it does.
I don't know, because
Jordan Peele agreeing to the theory that the lady is the lady from Being John Malkovich, but she's older. My God.
Get Out will always be number 1 because that was the first one, and it blew my mind.
You can't do that.
It stands up.
I mean,
no, because it
you have your right to your opinion.
It blew.
I'm just saying, don't.
It blew my mind because it was so different.
Don't put it on the pedestal.
And then, no, it's not that it's on a pedestal. It's just that I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'll stop bullying you.
You're messing me up because there's so much behind that one, and because it kept me thinking for so long, and building theories for so long, and then always catching stuff after. Like I was read something or see like, oh my god, I didn't see
Doesn't
that.
that apply to us too?
Us, yes, but shoot,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know now. My head's starting to hurt.
I'm over here playing
starting
white
to-
devil's advocate.
I'm starting to sweat. I'm starting to sweat. I'm starting to sweat because us had me because that the clone thing that was I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so that's your answer.
I'm
You
bowing
don't
out.
know. What
I'm
was your
bowing
answer,
out.
Tim?
Oh, my order was just us at us is
Nope.
3,
Oh,
Nope is 2,
okay,
Get Out is 1.
gotcha. What's mine? Shit.
Oh, now you on the spot. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I
You
think
sweating?
I think mine be
Sweating?
changing. I think like because I actually rated all 10s. So 10 out of 10s all across the
Well,
board. Absolutely love all 3. Like he got the 3.
They are great movies.
He got the 3-peat, which I have to really go and sit and figure out who else landed the 3-peat like that, especially out the gate.
yeah.
Yeah, I love all 3. It's for the same reasons, for different reasons. I'm all over the place, but I cannot give an order. So
They're all together.
I think I already said
They're all great in their own way.
Yeah, they're different movies, and I hope we keep getting different ones. Like they're all horror, but they're not all
I
the
hope
same.
he directs a Fast and the Furious.
Tiffron would not be
probably
ready
won't
for
happen.
that. Tiffron would not be ready for
Vin
that.
Diesel would not be ready for that shit. Like,
You don't think Vin Diesel got the acting chops for that?
no, I mean he's gonna do it. He's gonna be. He is Dom Toretto, so it don't matter. He can do whatever. I mean, or not do whatever. You know what I mean? But like, what I'm saying is, what am I saying? What I'm saying is, I think I already segued into the rating system. I already said it's a 10 out of 10. So what's y'all's?
Oh, my thing is, who I would recommend this to anyone. That is my
Okay,
thing.
that's your rating. How many cabbages you got, Karreem?
I'll give both of them all 3 of them get 9 cabbages. This is definitely 9 cabbages.
Okay, so do you subscribe to the Tiffron rating system where 9 is a masterpiece and the difference between a 9 and 10 just means the 10 was life changing? So these weren't life changing for you, but they're just masterpieces? Or is your 10 a masterpiece and your 9 sub masterpiece?
No. 10 is definitely life changing masterpiece.
Okay.
9 is just awesome. That's something I can watch no matter how many times it comes on or people ask me to watch it.
I bet. Okay.
I still love it.
Heck yeah.
And more importantly, not fall asleep on it. That's
that's a good point.
Good. All right. Well, that was Nope. Shout out Daryl again. Thank you for the episode request and sign off. Plugs. Yeah, I think I said on last episode I finally made a Twitter at SGBK Podcast. I don't even know if I posted yet, but you can talk to us up there. My individual plugs are I don't know, Twitter for me is I don't know, I don't care about Twitter honestly. Just send a message to the podcast account.
You just said you made a Twitter.
Well, because that's what you got to do, right? Like I don't care. And on Letterboxd, I am Tiffzilla.
Tweet me, but I ain't gonna read it.
I got to make a letterbox, man.
Oh, it's fun. It's not fun.
I had
tedious.
whatever. I can't remember the one. I think I had a Goodreads.
Yeah,
that just felt like having homework. I felt ashamed of it. I was like, I'm just
probably going to be the same thing.
Fair warning: if you make a letterbox, Tiffron gonna make you put reviews up there.
Well, my reviews are gonna be like, if you haven't watched Scott Pilgrim by this point, I'm not explaining it to you.
I mean, to be fair, 60% of the Letterboxd reviews are just random little quips like that. Like they ain't got nothing to say, but they're gonna say something, and I fall in that category too. Sometimes like I give an honest like full thing, and sometimes I'm just like joke. So all is acceptable, or you can not review and you could just use it as a log. Hey, on this day I watched this movie.
Not a bad idea.
I mean, Karreem ain't logged in like 2 years, so
I actually log in a lot. I just use it as a list to see what movies came out that year and just pick from the list.
All right, okay. I apologize. Anyway,
Bullying me.
bye.
Take it easy, y'all.
Bye.